biodiesel, at least for the 10 or 15 years coming on. So you have this fact that, yes, any energy can have an environmental impact. So transparency can be a double-edged sword, meaning that policymakers need trust, and too much transparency doesn't really help sometimes to have very tough discussion with them. Stopping here, thanks for your time. And I hope that it will trigger some discussion and help you think about how research can be used.
Thank you very much, David, for this presentation. It was very interesting to know the case of the European Union. I think we are not so different in some situations, not in terms of institutions, but in terms of the discussion, private interest, public policy decisions, and the triangle between energy provision, food security on a side, and climate change, and many policies we have to couple and to become consistent in terms of the win-win situation we look for. Okay, I don't know if I have some question from the audience. ¿Alguna pregunta de la gente que tenemos aquí? Tenemos muy poco, en realidad ya estamos pasados 3 minutos para la sesión siguiente. Simplemente quizás tomo una para que puedan intercambiar alguna idea con David. No sé si alguien tiene alguna pregunta. No, ninguna pregunta. For me, I want just a final comment for you. You know, now the European Union is looking for a Green Deal in terms of circular economy, and so we are thinking more in terms of second and third generation energy that could be in line with the food security purpose, that is provide crops for food and not crop for energy, and use residues and agricultural residues to produce, for example, energy, biomass. What do you think about it is possible to implement in terms of this triangle to become consistent, energy, food security, and climate change in terms of Europe? And if it is a good possibility, I think it is a way that Latin American countries, Mercosur, Brazil, Argentina, which are main providers to the EU in terms of biofuels, could be in line with that is not produce more in terms of bioethanol on soybeans, biodiesel, but to switch from other kind of energy using residues and dust and not really crops.
Thanks. I cannot unmute myself. I'm saying it for the other participants. No, I think that, you know, this question about can we use other feedstock to have this green economy and this Green Deal. The thing is, the world did carbon chain to make plastic, to make energy, and the question is how you get this carbon. I think that we have all agreed that using fossil fuel as a source of carbon chain is not a good idea for the future. So we want to use biomass. Now, the question is how you grow this biomass, is what is the efficiency of growing this biomass. And the residue discussion was a bit, was trying to give too many options in Europe, in the sense that first, a lot of what people were calling waste and residues were already used by some other sectors. So if you think about tallows and residual from the livestock industry, actually they were used by the oleochemical sectors. So the day we started to do biodiesel with livestock residue, actually the oleochemicals industry started to import more palm oil. So not a great idea. And for crop residue, from the crops, either from the wheat sector or the corn sectors, how much you can actually take from the field without reducing the carbon and that has to go to the soil is actually an issue. You know, you still need to feed your soil, and any bioenergy use should go after you have checked that soil health is maintained. And that's the kind of story that we were trying to say. You know, when you produce crops and when you produce biomass, the carbon should be first used to feed humans, then livestock, then soil, and what remains can be used to use energy. Otherwise, you may to use other pathway. But you have a kind of priorities about how you want to use your biomass, and it has to be done structurally.
Okay, thank you very much, David, for your answer. And I saw that you were some question and you answered already to Carlos concerning the job creation. So we are out of time. I really thank you very much to be part of this workshop. I hope we have another opportunities to go on with this subject, which is very interesting and very dynamic. And for us, it's very important to develop in the region for a regional development in Argentina. Okay, well, thank you very much, and I keep in contact, in touch. Thank you. Bueno, simplemente corriendo, pero bueno, les agradecemos a David por su intervención, la verdad que fue súper interesante. Nos sirve mucho como ejemplo para pensar también las estrategias para América Latina, para Argentina en particular, pero para otros países de América Latina también. Y bueno, pues siguiendo un poco con el programa, los invitamos ahora que tenemos 2 sesiones paralelas, de los cuales creo que les vamos a poner los links en el chat, porque cada sesión, recuerden, ustedes tienen que tener el programa a mano, cada sesión, cada intervención tiene un link de Zoom, entonces este room es solamente para las sesiones plenarias y el panel del final, pero luego las sesiones paralelas, donde va a haber muchos trabajos interesantes a escuchar, tienen cada una su link de Zoom. Así que en el programa, fíjense, en cada presentación hay un hipervínculo donde cliquean y se les abre el link de Zoom correspondiente al trabajo que quieran escuchar. Así que bueno, nos vemos ahora en otra sesión paralela, en otro room. Puede estar la sesión 1, que es donde vamos a hablar básicamente sobre generación de datos regionales a energía, sobre bioenergía, ¿sí? Va a haber cuestiones de software, desarrollo de bases de datos que son necesarias en términos de biomasa y otras formas de bioenergía, y también sobre matrices regionales. Y la sesión 2, que también es en paralelo, sobre casos de estudios de bioenergía, casos particulares, donde bueno, vamos a presentar. Lo importante es que tenemos trabajos de muchas disciplinas y es lo que hace rico también este evento. Bueno, que lo disfruten y nos vemos.